I'm Savannah Brancato. Our next story started with a phone call received from a concerned viewer visiting the Indus River. Take a listen.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Gertrude, and I'm at the Indus River in Pakistan. And no, Tinkerbell, don't touch that. You'll end up like my ex-husband, honey. So anyways, I'm at the Indus River Valley, and well, it's kind of disgusting, okay? And so I need you to come take a look at it because I can't swim in it with my buddy Tinkerbell. Thank you.
After receiving this call, we decided to send a reporter as well as a skilled scientist to visit Gertrude and her dog Tinkerbell at the Indus River that runs along the Asian continent through Pakistan, China, and India. Take a look at what the reporter and scientist found.
Thank you, Savannah. I'm Savannah Brancato. I'm here with Gertrude Pieper and Dr. Snoop. Gertrude, can you tell us why you came to the Indus River in the first place?
Well, you see, honey, me and Tinky wanted to get away from the house, and so you see, my sister Angelica, she recommended I go to the country of Pakistan because she wanted me to see the ancient Indus River Valley. And you know who lived there, honey? The Harpan Society lived along the Indus River Valley. And so, you know what I says? I says, I'm going to go see it.
Okay.
And so, apparently, these people were extremely crafty. They made statues and bodies. So, they were very smart, too. They knew how to measure using weights and lengths and stuff like that, honey. They used disgusting river, too, to trade pottery with others, honey. And also, they had one first recorded writing system using symbols, honey. So these people were very messed up. They weren't ruled by anybody, and so they had no laws, and they had to follow what they believed in, and there were no social classes, so everyone was equal. We were very disappointed about the quality of the river because me and Tinky couldn't swim without losing a tail.
Okay, thank you for that incredibly long explanation. Now, you were saying how you believe this river is very polluted and disgusting. Can you tell us why this is, Dr. Snoop?
Yes, this river is indeed very polluted, but there are many different causes of the pollution, including point source and non-point source pollution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Point source pollution is when a pollutant that is found in the river can be directly traced back to the source of the pollution. Non-point pollution is a pollutant found in the water that comes from multiple different sources. In this case, the main source is non-point pollution caused by runoff of the soil. Due to urbanization, many people have moved to the Indus River to start a life of agriculture. However, this movement resulted in soil that runs off into the river containing chemicals and fertilizers and pesticides and all that. Those chemicals, though, are very harmful to creatures who live in and interact with the river. Also, the increase of population due to urbanization along the Indus River calls for more factories that need to be built in order to support the amount of people living there, which can also pollute the river with the smoke.
Is this the only problem affecting the Indus today?
Actually, there is another major contributor to the environmental problems of the Indus. Because there are dams such as the Indus Delta, fresh water is restricted from flowing through the entire river. This makes the water unsuitable for freshwater creatures in many places.
Yeah?
And as I understand, there are some positives about having the Indus run through these countries, correct?
Yes.
The river can be a positive to the people living here today. Economically, it provides more jobs thanks to the hydroelectric plant. It also affects the civilization currently, culturally, by allowing more trade among the river.
You see, honey, all I want to do is, swim in the clean river with Tinky, all right? So how do we fix these problems when I come back?
Well, there are multiple problems that need to be fixed. The main problem is the chemicals that are leaking into the river and the lack of fresh water that flows through the Indus. To fix the chemical problems, natural fertilizers can provide a healthy alternative rather than the chemicals that are used currently. To monitor the amount of fertilizers in the river, you could test for phosphates and nitrates regularly. You can test these parameters using a test strip kit, a visual comparator kit, or a photometer kit. As for the problems with the dams, some dams could be taken down, or you can reduce the size of the dams, but you can also put in fish ladders that allow fish to pass through the dam so they're not restricted from flowing through the whole river. To monitor the amount of fresh water in the river, you can test for salinity, since ocean water is salty. You test for salinity through electrical conductivity tests. Using a conductivity meter, you are able to monitor the salinity of the water to see the amount of fresh water, and you can see if it's increasing or decreasing. After gathering the data of both parameters, you can monitor the human activities that are impacting them to improve the water quality. For example, natural fertilizers, as I said, would be more suitable, and fish ladders could be built into dams, all depending on the information that you gather.
Oh yeah!
Thank you. This has been a very interesting trip. This is Savannah Brancato, Gertrude Pieper, and Dr. Snoop.
Oh
Now back to
no!
the studio.
I'm trying to think of a word, but I can't because it's not in the script, so we'll cut this out.
Okay.
Honestly, we need Barack Obama or something like that in this country to keep the peace.
And or interact with the river.
Really?
Yes. Also, more factories.
This river valley, and she heard about the ancient civilization, the, how do you say, Hapanan, and so did the Hapanan ancient society. What's so funny, Dr. Sneak? Anyway, these people were extremely crafty, like me. I showed up my dead husband so he could spend the rest of his life with me.
What are you talking about? It's nothing. It's nothing about.
That's a blooper.
Should I continue recording or should I
About your dead husband.
I like that. I don't know where that came from.
Oh man, blooper reel. All right.